The silence of the cosmos was a cruel illusion. In the infinite void, where galaxies spun like celestial dancers and stars burned with the fury of dying gods, a great disturbance rippled across the tapestry of space-time. Something vast, something ancient, stirred beyond the boundaries of mortal comprehension. On the outskirts of a distant galaxy, the planet Zelnath stood as a testament to civilization's fragile existence. Its towering citadel stretched toward the heavens, its people thriving under the guidance of scholars and warriors alike. But all their knowledge, all their might, amounted to nothing in the face of an approaching doom beyond reason. A shadow loomed over the planet, blotting out the twin suns that had nourished Zelnath for millennia. The people trembled as the sky itself seemed to fracture. Their greatest minds activated planetary defenses, but it was futile. The world ship TAA-2 had arrived, and where it loomed, death followed. From the depths of the colossal vessel, a being older than time itself descended. His form was incomprehensible in its enormity, humanoid in shape yet dwarfing mountains, clad in an otherworldly armor that shimmered with the boundless power of the cosmos. His very presence bent reality, the air igniting with celestial energy as he stepped upon the planet's surface. Galactus had come to feed. A collective voice rose in desperate cries. Warriors rushed forward, their energy weapons blazing. Their bravest unleashed attacks that could shatter moons. But Galactus did not even acknowledge them. A mere flick of his hand disintegrated legions in an instant. Zelnath's people were but dust in the storm of his hunger. Galactus raised his hand toward the core of the planet. A shimmering vortex of cosmic energy spiraled around his palm, drawing the planet's very essence into him. The ground trembled, the oceans boiled, and mountains collapsed into themselves as the Devourer of Worlds began his feast. And then, space itself tore open. A figure emerged from the rupture, tall, imposing, draped in regal black and gold armor that seemed to drink in the light. His face, carved from the depths of an eternal abyss, bore the expression of a conqueror who had never known fear. His eyes, burning with an eerie glow, locked onto Galactus with unshaken resolve. Thanos, the mad titan, hovered above the crumbling world, his mind as cold and calculating as the void itself. He had seen this destruction before. Galactus was a force of nature, an unstoppable predator in the cosmic hierarchy. But Thanos was inevitability incarnate. His deep voice rumbled through the fading air of Zelnath. Devourer, you tread on my interests. Galactus did not respond at first. The energies of the dying planet continued to swirl into his being, strengthening him, his form radiating power. He did not acknowledge threats. He did not bargain. He consumed. But as Thanos extended his hand, the space between them tensed. Reality itself warped, and a massive surge of dark cosmic energy erupted from Thanos' palm, striking Galactus in the chest. The sheer force did what few had ever accomplished. It halted the Devourer's feeding. Galactus turned his gaze toward Thanos. For the first time in eons, he spoke. "You are insignificant." Thanos grinned. "You will learn otherwise." The battle was inevitable, and the universe would tremble. The silence of Zelnath was shattered. As the last remnants of the dying world spiraled into Galactus' grasp, Thanos launched himself forward with the force of a collapsing star, his fist glowing with dark cosmic energy. The mad titan struck. A shockwave tore through the void, sending ripples across space-time itself. Stars flickered, the fabric of reality bending from the sheer force of the blow. Lesser beings would have been erased from existence. But Galactus was not lesser. The Devourer barely moved. The attack landed against his massive form, but did nothing. His towering figure, beyond the comprehension of mortals, remained still, his violet and blue armor absorbing the impact like the surface of an immovable planet. Galactus did not flinch. Thanos' expression remained unreadable, but the cold glow of his eyes darkened. He raised both hands, summoning a torrent of blackened cosmic flames that could melt the cores of dying stars. The inferno surged forward, engulfing Galactus in a swirling abyss of raw destruction. For the first time, Galactus reacted. Not with pain, not with shock, but with annoyance. He lifted his right hand, and the raging inferno froze in midair, its violent flames suspended in absolute stillness. Galactus clenched his fingers, and in an instant, the fire imploded into nothingness. Thanos barely had a moment to process what had happened before Galactus struck back. With a mere thought, an invisible force slammed into Thanos, sending him hurtling backward. Planets shook in the distance from the force of the impact. The mad titan spiraled across the void, colliding with the remains of a shattered moon. He barely had time to recover before Galactus extended his hand once more, and reality obeyed. A swirling vortex of cosmic energy formed around Thanos, crushing the space around him like a singularity. The weight of 1,000 stars pressed against his body, forcing even the mad titan to gasp in momentary strain. His regenerative abilities fought against the pressure, his bones creaking under the sheer force of the attack. But Thanos was not one to be broken. With a snarl, he unleashed a concussive burst of dark energy, shattering the cosmic bind. His body blurred in space, and in the blink of an eye, he was upon Galactus once more, striking with blows that could topple gods. Galactus remained unmoved. With a slow, almost dismissive motion, the Devourer raised a single hand. The stars flickered out. The cosmic battlefield was swallowed in absolute darkness, a void deeper than the abyss of creation itself. Time and space fractured. Galaxies twisted into spirals of chaotic entropy. And in that darkness, Galactus spoke. "I am not a foe to be conquered, Titan." Thanos, despite his iron will, felt the weight of the words press against him like the judgment of an ancient god. Galactus' outstretched hand closed into a fist. The void collapsed inward. For a fraction of a second, Thanos ceased to exist. His atoms pulled apart, his essence stretched beyond the boundaries of the physical realm. His very being was cast into the nothingness between universes, a place where no thought, no existence, no presence could persist. But Galactus did not seek to kill. No! He was beyond such trivialities. He had no need to extinguish Thanos. He simply removed him. A moment later, reality snapped back into place, and the mad Titan found himself light years away, forcibly ejected from the battlefield. He stood upon the surface of a barren, forgotten world, the cosmic energy of Galactus still burning across his body like a brand. Thanos, for the first time in an age, found himself cast aside, his fist clenched. His pride burned hotter than any star. But he did not return. Not today. Back in the remnants of the Zelnath system, Galactus resumed his feast without a second thought. The Devourer of Worlds had no interest in Thanos' ambitions. He did not seek war. He only sought to feed. And nothing, not gods, not titans, not kings, could deny him his hunger. The battle was over. Galactus had won,